Hey Chris here, welcome back to the Investing Boss channel, where in this video we're going to look at what happens if stake go bankrupt. It's a question that'll be on a lot of people's minds because yes, at the end of the day, you are investing your money on the stake platform in property to see a return, and in order to build your wealth, you need to keep investing more and more money. So ultimately, when you have a lot of money invested anywhere, you want to know if it's going to be safe or not. But before we get on the laptop and I show you the measurements that are in place that keep your investments safe on the stake platform, we also will look at what an SPV or special purpose vehicle is. And then finally, I'll show you my SPV that I have in a studio apartment that I own shares of in the Burj Khalifa. Just like to quickly mention the Investing Boss Facebook group. There'll be a link down in the description if you're not yet a member. It's mainly aimed at people interested in investing on stake and to chat about different properties. Maybe if you want to, talk about a property that you're thinking of buying shares in, and, maybe others are thinking of doing the same, you can discuss all that over on that Facebook group. But having said that, getting on the laptop then, this is the article I wanted to take you through on stake. So it says, if stake were to go bankrupt, what are the measures in place to protect my investments? So basically, it goes on to say, in the unlikely event that stake goes out of business, rest assured your investments will be safe because stake is regulated by the DFSA. So that's the Dubai Financial Services Authority, and they adhere to the strict client money provisions. And that means that clients' assets are kept separate from stake's business operations. Furthermore, your investments are held by protected holding companies, SPVs, within the Dubai International Financial Center, or the DIFC, that you own as the investor, thereby creating a legal barrier between stake and your assets. So just to summarize on that quickly, when you deposit money into the stake platform and then purchase a share of a property, you're actually you're owning shares of a company, and that company is then purchasing that one property. So the only thing that company owns and does is just own a property and collect rental payments from it and pay its shareholders the rental income. So that's how it works with an SPV, that special purpose vehicle. You're just owning a company and then owning the property through that company. It goes on to say, when you invest with stake, you will receive a title deed from the Dubai Land Department, the DLD, in the name of the SPV, and you also get share certificates in your name. So it will show on the share certificate, just like if you were investing in the stock market, you own a share certificate to say what stocks you've purchased. With this, you own a share certificate and it says your details, your passport number. It gives you the how many shares you purchased for the price. And I believe every single share is worth 1 dirham. So that means if you buy 500 dirhams, obviously you have 500 shares in that company to keep it nice and simple. Further down, it says, importantly, these SPVs hold investments in property assets free from any debt, lien, or encumbrance, ensuring no banks, financial institutions, or other creditors can claim your assets. That, of course, means that, you're not buying these properties with a mortgage. You're just pooling a load of money together with other investors and buying these properties for cash. So you're essentially buying property for cash. But, if you haven't got, say, £300,000 or whatever currency you may be working with, if you're watching this video from America, say it's $400,000, you don't need all that much money. You can literally start with a couple $100 and be buying shares of these properties and then build it up slowly. Now, this next article over on the Stake blog is just talking about the benefits and legal protections of their SPV structure. And it basically just goes on to repeat what we just said there, but just in more detail about, what an SPV is, how it's an independent company, and the financial regulations. There's all these regulations in place due to previous events in history that have happened. So that's why these financial things are regulated so much now, to try and ensure that people don't lose money unnecessarily. There's legal protections there, as we already discussed. These are companies separate to stake, and it says that in more detail further down there. Then it also goes on to talk about what the DFSA and the DIFC play, what their roles are, and when they were established. So like the DFSA was established in 2004, so it's been going 20 years now. Now, the final thing I wanted to share with you on this video is what an SPV looks like when you actually own one for yourself or own shares in one. So if we get on the laptop again here, this is my portfolio here. So you can see at the top, my studio in the Burj Khalifa, downtown Dubai, and its property number on stake 2505. Then you can see over on the side here, it's got the information, my investment value, my rent received, my gain of 2.89% in property value since I've owned it. It's rented at the moment. And then over here on the right-hand side, you can see documents. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and I'll show you my SPV in this studio apartment. Now, when you click that documents button there, it's going to give you these options. So it says share certificate, title deed, view property SPV online, or view property documents. Now, the title deed and share certificate have private information, so such as your passport number, that you can only see those yourself. They're for you. So that's why it doesn't say that online. That's just for your account. Whereas if we click on this view property SPV online, go ahead and load that up. We can then see here on the DIFC website, so this is public for everyone to see. These are registered companies. So this is my company that I own shares in, which owns my studio apartment in the Burj Khalifa. It's called the SPLPC 16 Holding Limited. Not a very fancy name, I know, but it does the, job that it's designed for. It says activities qualifying purpose of crowdfunding structure. So obviously that's crowdfunding a property. Now, if we scroll down, you can see like the information there to do with, the current directors. So there's the founders of stake there are the directors of the company. Then you can see name of shareholders, and all of these people here are people that have purchased shares in the apartment that I have shares in myself. So we can actually scroll down and try and find my name here. I did look at this earlier and found my name straight away, but let's just see. I know it's about 2/3 of the way down. Let's see if I'm going to be able to pick my name out nice and easily. I should be, yeah, there we go. So there we are, Christopher Michael Ronald Simcox. That's of course me. And yeah, it's really cool when you first purchase shares in a property on here, and then you get to click and view your SPV. That makes it real. Then you're actually part of the process and owning a property on stake. And then what makes it extremely realistic is when you're actually getting your rental payments at the end of each month when that property has been rented out to a tenant. So there you have it. That's what makes stake a very safe and reliable investment. Of course, this video is not to be taken as financial advice, but I did want to share with you all the information that I've found on why I think stake is a safe investment. And of course, like with any investing, your money is always at risk. But for me personally, I feel like it's a low risk because you're purchasing these shares of a company which own a property, which is then being rented out in literally, the best city in the world, in my opinion. So yeah, I think for me, it's a fantastic investment and why I continue to build my investments on the stake platform. But if you found this video useful, please do tap the like button below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.